Hello everyone and welcome to the Red Men TV. It's the post-game fan interactive show after Liverpool 4, LASK 0. A result that, coupled with Toulouse and Union ending 0-0, means Liverpool not only qualify for the knockout stages of the Europa League, they also do so as guaranteed group winners, which means no playoff, no extra couple of games, and the Reds are safely into the next proper knockout round. I want you guys to let me know your thoughts on that win, on the game, who stood out, who was good, and all that kind of stuff. You can do that in the live chat, you can do that on Discord, and of course over on Twitter, X, what are we calling it? I'm going to stick with Twitter for now. First up, I'm going to start with the Discord from Cam, who said he might go under the radar a bit tonight, but I thought Quansah was outstanding. That could have been Virgil van Dijk, and we'd have thought, yeah, Virgil was good tonight. As long as we don't get horrible luck with injuries, I don't think we need a new centre-back, because Quansah has stood up massively. It's a big call, but I agree. I think Quansah has been the surprise package of the season so far. Last year, we got Stefan Bajcetic, and it was in different circumstances, really. Liverpool were really struggling, and they needed a bit of a spark, and Bajcetic provided that. This year, Liverpool, for the most part, all of the centre-backs have been good. Quansah got in, of course. A couple of injuries led to him initially getting in that game against Wolves and stuff, and then he's played pretty much a lot of the Europa League games, and I agree. He has been fantastic. If we'd have bought someone in the summer, which we all thought Liverpool might have done, maybe should have done, if we'd have spent 40, 50 million pounds on a centre-back, a young centre-back, and we'd seen from that player what we're seeing from Jarell Quansah now, we'd have all been absolutely delighted. He's been phenomenal. He's been a really good start. And again, I suppose the fact that I was talking about the centre-half here shows, Liverpool won 4-0. LASK did have chances. They caused Liverpool a few issues, but I do agree. He looks very, very, he's got a lot going for him, man. He looks special. Who knows what Jarell Quansah's career is or isn't going to be, but one thing's for sure is that he's let nobody down at all. He's been superb, and he was excellent again tonight. And I think it's a really good call by Cam to say that over in the Legends Discord chat. Tom Little, in that very same chat, says, I thought Gakpo was brilliant. He was involved in pretty much everything that went well tonight in the attack, and he's due a run in the side. Also, Elliott was playing with like Pirlo with some of those passes. Yeah, Gakpo, of all the forwards, I think it's probably fair to say Gakpo this season has been the one who's probably struggled the most. But there's 2 more goals. I think that takes him to over 5 for the season now, which is brilliant as well. Liverpool have got a lot of players. The front 5 options, obviously now they've lost Jota down to 4, are all in relatively decent nick in terms of goals. Gakpo was the one who you think probably could have done with a couple, and he took... Obviously, his first goal is a very typical striker's tapping type goal. His second one's a lovely finish. So hopefully he gets the confidence to do that. He was good. Liverpool are going to need him, of course. They're down to without Jota for a while. Gakpo's going to see a lot of minutes, as the other 3 are as well. And I agree. He was brilliant. Maybe man of the match. At least one of the options for that. As for Elliott, especially in the first half, I thought Elliott was really good. Even at the end, his pressing was really good. He's got, again, I agree, I thought he had a really strong game as well. Things first, GS in the chat says, we've avoided the round of 82, we've got a dead rubber game, a nice rest for the main lads between Palace and United. I just want to see toddlers run around the pitch against Union. Liverpool have earned the right to do whatever they want with that Union game. Now, often in dead rubbers, to be fair, Jurgen's actually picked teams that have been slightly stronger than I would anticipate that he would usually select. So we'll see how he plays that one, but you are right, Liverpool can do whatever they want in that game now. They've earned the right to do it, and we'll see how it all pans out for them, because they have been, for the most part, they had a slip up in Toulouse, a game that they could have even got a point of, if not for a pretty strange VAR decision. Liverpool have played this about as well as they could. Loads of players have got minutes, loads of players have got rested, they've got it boxed off, and jobs are good, and Liverpool have done pretty much everything right in this Europa League campaign so far. Veronica with the £5 super chat. Thank you very much, Veronica. Well done, lads. I'm pleased for Gakpo scoring the goals. Yeah, same as before, I agree. I think if you could have had of any of the front guys who need the goals, I think Cody would have been the one that that we'd have all chosen, just to get a little bit more confidence back in him. So I think it was very pleasing indeed. Glyn makes a good point on Twitter. It says Kelleher's performance was encouraging, with him getting a run of games. It's the best he's played this season. He made a couple of really good saves. The one-on-one, he does really well. The big strong wrist that off the flick was a good save. I think that probably was offside, to be honest, but Kelleher wasn't to know. Best he's played this season, yeah, probably. We might, like I say, it's been difficult for Kelleher. Dropped in. That's difficult. He is going to get a run of games, at least the next couple. He's probably going to play against Fulham. He'll play Sheffield in the week, won't he? He might even play, he probably might play Palace. There's a chance he plays that West Ham game. There's enough games there for him to get a run of form, but you're right. It is encouraging that he played well, because I don't think he's been particularly great this season when he's been dropped into these Europa League games, but he was better today, and like I say, hopefully a bit of confidence. And thankfully he avoided an injury when him and Kostas Tsimikas looked like they were going to clash. Jürgen was fuming at the offside flag not going up to stop that earlier, but thankfully everything seemed to be okay. Let's have a little look. Devon says Salah was a great captain today. He inspired and selfless play. It was interesting because I was on the watch along and there was a couple of people saying, I'm not sure Salah's playing really well. I thought he was brilliant in the first half, especially. He looked at a class above. We saw it in the first game against LASK. He came on and he looked like the best player by miles, because he is better than them. And I thought in the first half, I wonder if we're getting 100% Mo Salah in this type of game, or is he looking after it a little bit? But his first touch was brilliant. He gets another assist. He's a goals and assists machine, gets his penalty, and it's a brilliant penalty as well. It's a really well taken one. So I agree with the point. I think Salah was really, really good today. I'm sure he'll be absolutely delighted to have that captain's armband as well. And it was a very, very good performance from him, because he did everything that he needs to do. He is just a level above them. And he's a level above most footballers on the planet. He's one of the best players in the world, and he should be much, much better than LASK. And thankfully, he was much, much better than LASK, and that's great to see, because he's the Egyptian king. He's brilliant. Liverpool need Mo Salah to have a good season. When Mo Salah plays well, Liverpool tend to do well as well. We've got a comment here from Jack. It was comfortable. Yep. It was, Jack, you're right. Gakpo and Elliott done well, and Endo. Great to see Bradley back. Let's go on to Fulham. I think Endo's an interesting one. In that, I agree, he was good. He's actually, his best quality might be taking the ball on the half turn and spinning and playing those passes. Everyone thinks Liverpool have bought this like yard dog DM. He's all right at that. He's fine. He gets himself stuck. He at least gets stuck in, and he tries his nuts off and he runs and runs. His best skill might be on the half turn, actually. I think he's better with the ball than maybe we might have perhaps given credit for. And I agree, he did do well. He did do well. Great to see Conor Bradley back. Absolutely fantastic news to get Conor Bradley back. He would have played 5 or 6 games this season. He would have played most, I think, of these Europa League games had he not got that injury in pre-season. So it really, really was great to see him back. It looked like he grew a little bit as well. Again, that might have been part of the course for some of these injuries. These lads having like growth spurts. Kate Gordon went through something similar. But it was excellent. Excellent news to get him back. The more players you've got, the better. And he's obviously very, very highly thought of. He had a good season out on loan at Bolton. He's come back in expecting to get some minutes, probably would have done. And the injury was a bit of a blow. So yeah, it was. I agree, Jack. It was really, really good to see him back. Let's have a little like. Trent in midfield tonight was the night, says Frankie. So thank you very much for joining us. So yeah, Trent, at the end when Conor Bradley come on, Trent did have a little go in midfield, didn't he? And it's Trent being in midfield that set the 4th goal up. Trent, midfield, Anfield, under lights, captain's armband, wearing Adidas Preds. It was hard not to get Steven Gerrard vibes from that, wasn't it? Like, it was everything there for Trent. Obviously, Steven Gerrard, Trent's admitted in the past plenty of times, Gerrard was his idol. He was the man he looked up to more than anybody else. So you're getting those vibes off the midfield. It was nice to see. It really was. GS says, just curiously, after tonight's game, who would you definitely want to see start against Fulham? It will be interesting of these players who started this game. Salah will obviously play against Fulham. You would think Diaz will play as well. I would like to see Ryan Gravenberch start that game. I think he's excellent. I thought he had another really good game. He's brilliant on the ball. He glides around the pitch. Like, even against the weekend, he just ran past Rodri like he wasn't there. So I think Gravenberch would be one I would definitely like to see in the team. Timmercast will play as well. So of the team that started, Kelleher will definitely start, obviously. Costas will play. I think Gravenberch I would like to see. And then I think I would like to see Salah. I would like to see Diaz again. I think Darwin probably come back up front, if I'm honest. Like, even though Gakpo did well, would be against Cody starting again. But Gravenberch's the one who I think when he plays, Liverpool look better when Gravenberch. He look more of an attacking threat, of course. So for me, I would like to see Gravenberch in that team for the Fulham game. I think he earns it. The fact that he comes off with like 10 minutes to go maybe is a little bit of a hint, perhaps, that Jurgen's got half an eye on that game against Fulham. Obviously, he makes the subs when he does. He's protecting Ibu Konate, of course, who's just come back from injury. I think that was a wise decision. He looks after Diaz and he looks after Salah, which again probably gives you a little hint of what's coming down the line as well. Excuse me, but yeah, it was all in all, Gravenberch is probably the answer, but there's quite a few of them. Hardius Davis says there was no bad performance on Liverpool. The game was easy, but we brought the effort necessary to make it that way. Yeah, Liverpool have sometimes played down to the opposition. They earn the right to... Listen, and LASK had chances, and it's fair to say, like, it wasn't all... I think 4-0... If you just see Liverpool beat LASK 4-0, you think it was complete one-way traffic. It wasn't the case. They had chances, especially on the counter-attack. The goal next to make a few good saves. Liverpool defending well. A couple of poor decisions from the LASK players in the final third. But I do agree with the general sense of that. No one's played bad. I'm going to be doing the player ranking show shortly on the channel, and I don't think anyone's going to be poor or rank poor. I think everyone had a pretty good game. But yeah, I think easy. I disagree when you say it was easy. I don't think it was easy. I think LASK made it a little bit more difficult than that. But Liverpool didn't play down to the opposition. Liverpool imposed themselves as best as they could on the game, and got again scoring those couple of goals relatively quickly. That kills it. And then it's just a case of managing the minutes really and hoping that sort of stuff goes your way elsewhere. Toulouse and Union drawing was that for Liverpool. So yeah, I think 4-0 probably flatters us a little bit. I think LASK will be very disappointed they haven't walked away from Anfield with a goal. Someone had the chance to have, the moments of their lives and just didn't quite get themselves to it, which is unfortunate for them, but it's good for Liverpool and it's good for Kevin Kelleher. Robin says, job done, you'll never walk alone. And job done is exactly right. Liverpool have qualified for the next group stage. Touch wood, everyone's fit and fired, and they've been able to rest players when they can. They get to go to the Union game, can be whatever they want it to be. It comes in between Palace and Manchester United, which isn't going to be easy, of course, although maybe it will be because Man United aren't brilliant, but Liverpool can do what they want with that game. Don't have to, if anyone's feeling anything whatsoever, you don't have to send Mo Salah, you don't have to send Virgil van Dijk, you don't have to send now Keith Kelleher, for example. He can have a break because Liverpool might have to rely on keeping him fit as and when, because Alisson, who knows where he's at. So yeah, job done, you'll never walk alone. Liverpool have boxed this off with a plum in the Europa League. For the most part, they've been really good. They had a bit of a stinker in Toulouse, nearly got away with it, didn't quite. We'll round up with Mav. Thanks very much. LFC Mav says all the lads were good value. I thought goalie and back four looked assured. Elliott shone. Gakpo and Diaz got their goals. Salah is inevitable, but the standouts were Elliott, Gomez and Quansah for me. Roll on the weekend. Yeah, Joe Gomez, I haven't talked about him, so I thought he was excellent. He was excellent at right back, and he gets an assist, of course, and then he scores. He's still waiting for that goal, and then obviously dropped in a centre half when Liverpool made the changes and was equally as good. I agree. I thought it was really, really good to see Joe Gomez looking back to somewhere near himself. Finally then, GS says, totally agree about Gravenberch, but want to say thank you for the watch along. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Up to Mighty Reds. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you watch this and you didn't, obviously you didn't see the watch along, we're going to be doing another one for the Fulham game at the weekend, so do come along and join us for that one. In the meantime, we'll let you know the player ranking show over at the board. I'll be doing that very, very, very shortly. redmenplus.com right now. The instant match reaction is being recorded. It's Dan, Errol and Mick on that one. If you want to head over to redmenplus.com, if you do it and sign up as a legend subscriber, we're doing 25 prize draws in December, starting on December 1st with a autographed Lucas Leiva captain's armband. So yeah, Lucas Leiva signed items. We've got an Ibu Konate shirt to give away, a signed couch shirt. We've got stuff signed by Jamie Carragher, Chris Kittle, loads and loads of boss stuff, as well as amazing content. So if you want to go and check out more, Redmen Plus is the place to go for that one. But yes, in the meantime, do come and join me over at the board for the player ranking show after Liverpool got themselves into the knockout stages. Thanks for joining me for this one, and I'll see you on the board in a few minutes' time.
Thank you so very much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. The season is now well underway. If you need extra Redmen content, be it podcast, videos, documentaries, interviews and general shows, fill your boots on redmenplus.com today.